Hi everyone, good evening. Yeah, can you see my screen, everyone? Am I audible? Fine. Yeah. So in the last session, we discussed about cloud introduction, right? So far, we have completed 3 demos, right? DevOps introduction, question and answers, technical questions, general questions, and also, yeah, AWS like cloud introduction. So what is cloud? Types of clouds, service models, deployment models, right? So cost saving. These are all we discussed, right? So anyone newly joined today? Anyone joined today? Can you raise your hand? Can you ping me your WhatsApp number, email address in the chat? Anyone newly joined today? Can you share your WhatsApp number and the chat? So my mobile number already shared with you, 96422111711. This is my mobile number. So can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the GoToMeeting chat? So my voice is echoing. So now it is fine, everyone. Yeah, fine. Today we are going to discuss about SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. So which is very, very important. So in real-time projects, so currently we are working on Agile methodology. So what is Agile? What is SDLC? And what is the process? What are the stages? Let's try to understand. Yeah. So can you share your WhatsApp number, email address, you guys, the people who joined today? So who the people who are not attended previous sessions? I think Raju raised a hand. So can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat? You can take down my number. So everyone, you can take down my number. So if you have any questions, if you want to talk to me, so any challenges, anything you want to discuss, you can ping me, you can call me after this session. So trainers, they never share their numbers, right? Yeah, so we share by numbers. So from Harsha Trainings, we share our numbers. Fine. Let's get started. SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle, right? So every project team currently they are using Agile methodology. Agile. What is Agile? Anyone? Anyone having idea? What is Agile? Real time guys. What is Agile? Anyone having idea? It's a parallel development, right? So before Agile, we used to use waterfall methodology, right? What is waterfall? Sequential development, right? So currently, most of the project teams are using Agile methodology. In Agile, we create sprints, right? Sprint. What is sprint? Anyone? Yeah, sprint is a timeline. Sprint can be 1 week to 1 month, right? For example, one sprint started today, so by next Sunday EOD that should be completed, right? That is weekly sprint. So monthly sprint, for example, today, so a sprint started today, so by 7th August that should be completed. Okay, so sprint can be 1 week to 1 month, right? So every organization, every project team, they're using Agile methodology. So any application development, for example, there is a application development. So that application development divided into bits and pieces. That bits and pieces we can call it as sprints, right? So sprint is a timeline. So within the time frame that the sprint should be completed, right? So that is why developers always they work late nights. So DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, they no need to worry about the late nights, right? Developers, so while deploying the sprint, while delivering the sprint, so by the time they work late nights, right? Developers, right? So we don't need to worry about. Okay, fine. Now let us go through this. See here, in Agile, first of all, what we will do, we gather all the requirements, right? For example, so one client required a application, right? So that application we requirement we can gather. So developers, we need to coordinate with developers. Developers take the requirements, they prepare the requirements, they design the requirement, they start developing the application. So by using different technologies, right? So they test the code, development. So once development is completed, they test the code. So finally, once the testing is completed, they deploy. They don't deploy, we deploy as a DevOps engineer. Okay, they test the code, they develop the code, they design the code, they gather the requirements, right? So we deploy the code as a DevOps engineer, cloud engineer. So we deploy the code. After that, that will be reviewed. So first of all, we deploy onto non-prod environment. Okay, we don't directly go to production environment. We deploy onto non-prod environment. Okay, non-prod. What is non-prod? So before going to live, so we deploy onto non-prod. So which is a once it is successfully completed, once it is working fine without any issues, finally we move to production. These are the stages normally. So every agile methodology we use the 7 stages. Plan. So in the plan, requirement gathering, updates, new changes, architecture, design, task assignment, right? Timeline, finalization. These are all we can discuss. We prepare this. Okay. So after that, code is a development. Developer develop the code, configuration, finalization, check-in, source code, static code analysis, automated review, right? These are all checked by developers. So after that, build, right? Compile code, unit test cases, unit testing, code metrics. These are all we, So normally this is the, so up to here, developer duty, up to these 4 stages, developer duty, right? After that, so testing also, testers work on this, right? Testers work on this. After that, release, preparing release notes, right? Version tagging, code freeze, feature freeze, right? So deploy. So here we involve. Here we involve. Okay. Now, we'll discuss about that, right? Yeah. SDLC, software development lifecycle. So in software development lifecycle, what will happen? What is the process exactly? So what we need to do as a DevOps engineer? What is our role? Where we start our role? Where the role is started? DevOps engineer role started. So what are the challenges? What are the stages? Let's try to understand. These are the developers. So developer A, developer B, and developer C. Three developers working on their local workspace. Three developers are working on their local workspace. What is workspace? Where they start their work. So local system, local laptop or desktop, right? Where they start their work. So this is a local workspace. This we can say local git, or we can say even git local also. Both are same, don't confuse here. Git local git or git local, right? So developer develop the code in their git local. So workspace we need to convert into git repository. That git is a local repository, local git. Okay. So developers start the development in the local Git. So once the development is completed, they push the code to where they push the code to? Yes, which is a remote repository, which is we can say GitHub. Remote repo or GitHub. Okay. So basically, what is Git? What is Git? We discussed already. Git is a repository tool or version control tool. Git is a repository tool or version control tool. So what is repository? What is repository? Developers store the code. Exactly. Where they store the code, right? Where we store the code. Developer, where they store the code. So which is, we can say, repository, right? So it can be any data, it can be binary files, image files, video files, audio files, where they save the code, right? Which is repository. Version control system. What is version control? For example, three developers are working on the application development, right? So who is developing front-end UI? Who is developing back-end? Who is developing database? How can we track? By using version control system. So version control system track the changes, right? So here, yeah, version control system asks you to provide some comments. So who did changes? Yeah. When did changes? And what purpose did changes? So for example, a RAM did changes. So when did changes? At 7 p.m. did some changes. What purpose did changes? Due to some prod issue, did some changes. Okay. So based on these comments, Git track the version. Yeah, version control track the changes. The Git version control track the changes. Who did changes? When did changes? What purpose did changes? Right. So three developers are working on different, yeah, front end, back end database. So who is doing what? How can we track? By using version control system. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. Now, so whatever code they push to GitHub, yeah, this code finally, this code should be deployed onto target application servers, production servers, right? So normally, so whatever code we received from local to remote, so that should not be moved manually. So we move automated by using, so DevOps tools we move, so by creating the jobs only. So we should not move manual way, right? In Azale, so it is parallel development, right? Yeah. So in the flow, our next tool is, yeah, this is Jenkins. Jenkins is the CI CD tool, right? So what is CI CD? Continuous integration, continuous deployment or delivery. We can say deployment or delivery. Okay. Yeah. So here in DevOps we have multiple tools are there, right? Different tools are there, like repository tools. 3, 4 tools are there. Popular tools: Git, Bitbucket, GitLab, SVN, right? So different tools are there. Those are repository tool. But Git is very popular tool, very advanced tool. So most of the project teams, 70% of the project teams, they are using Git. If you understand Git, you can understand any repository tool. Bitbucket, GitLab, SVN, right? Yeah. So this is popular tool. Fine. So in DevOps, you have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool, right? Here Jenkins is the mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools, will communicate all the tools by installing plugins, right? Yeah. For example, my code is here. This code I want to pull from GitHub to Jenkins. For which what we have to do? Very first thing we need to install one plugin, right? What is plugin? What is plugin, anyone? Package software, right? So here, GitHub plugin, we need to install in Jenkins. Once we install the plugin in Jenkins, so then Jenkins start communicating with the GitHub. So after that, what we will do? We prepare jobs here, right? We prepare jobs and we trigger this job. We prepare the job and we trigger the job. Once we trigger the job, this code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins. Okay. So by using Jenkins only, we can pull the code, we can push the code, we can deploy the code. Should not move manually, right? Yeah. So once we receive the code, once we trigger the code, once we trigger the job, this code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins. So which is, we can say, which is a raw code. Raw code. What is raw code? Unformatted, unstructured code, right? So raw code is unformatted code. Different files, different formats will be there. So this raw code will not understand by application server. So this code should be finally deployed onto application server. This is app server. We can say this is a Tomcat server. Tomcat. Tomcat or JBoss or WebLogic, WebSphere. So many application servers are there, right? So finally, the code should be deployed onto target server, right? Yeah. So here, this is raw code, right? So raw code will not understand by application servers, right? Because this is unstructured code, unformatted code. So that is why what we have to do. So we need to integrate one more tool, which is Maven. Yes, Maven. This is Maven. What is Maven? What is Maven? What Maven will do? Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. So this Maven, we can call it as a project management tool also, right? It is a build tool, right? Yeah. So Maven generates artifacts. Maven generates artifacts. What is artifact, anyone? Yeah. Archive file or binary file, RGIF file, tar file, war file, ER file, whatever files. Okay. Yeah. So Maven generates artifacts. So whatever raw code received by Jenkins, that raw code will be handed over to Maven. Maven generates artifact. This code will be converted into one binary code, binary format, right? So here, for example, so this development team, they are developing the code. They are working on Java development. So development team working on Java development, right? So when we talk about Java development, so in Java development, three types of developments will be there. What are those? Anyone have any idea? In Java, three types of developments are there. What are those? Anyone? In Java development, three types of developments. Three ways to three types. So normally every development team they work on that, right? Production. Yeah. So we'll see that. Yeah. First one, desktop application development. Desktop application. What is desktop application? Anyone? Yeah. For example, whatever application is working in your local system, right? Like paintbrush, right? Or else calculator, calendar, media player. So whatever application is running in your local system, right? So which is a desktop application. So if the development team is working on desktop application, so Maven generates. So development team develop the desktop application. They push the code to GitHub. So Jenkins take the code and Jenkins hand over to Maven. So Maven generates jar file, Java archive file. Okay. Yeah. So this is desktop application. Okay. So second one is web application. Web application development. What is web application? Anyone? Yeah. So whatever application we are accessing through internet. So whatever application we host on the server. So normally Amazon shopping site, Flipkart, Myntra, Meesho, these are all deployed on servers, right? So through internet we are accessing, right? Yeah. So those web applications, so Maven generates WAR file, web archive file. right? And also we have one more type of application, which is a enterprise application. So this enterprise application development, Maven generates EAR file, EAR, enterprise archive file. So what is enterprise application, right? Yeah, so enterprise level. So millions of requests at a time they receive, enterprise level. So very big organizations, okay, enterprise, okay, level. So those will be, yeah, so ER files will be generated. For example, Maven generates war file, okay. So this war file, once it is converted into war file binary format by Maven, that will be given back to Jenkins. Jenkins push that war file to application server. Here we deploy the application server. So as a DevOps engineer, as a uh, build engineer, build and release engineer, our role starts from Jenkins. Git and GitHub, both are developer tools, right? So our role starts from Jenkins. Okay. So in Jenkins, what we will do, what is our role as a DevOps engineer? We prepare the jobs, we configure the jobs, we integrate the tools by installing plugins, we monitor the jobs, right? We work on automation activities, right? We pull the code, we push the code, deploy the code, right? So most of the time we work on jobs only. On Jenkins, most of the time we work on jobs, job monitoring, job configurations, job creation. These are all activities. Tickets, different tickets we receive, right? Yeah. So whatever code developed by developers, once they push the code to GitHub, Jenkins take the code, pull the code, and convert into WAR file or jar file or EAR file based on the application development by using Maven. That WAR file will be given back to Jenkins. Jenkins push that WAR file to application server. Here we deploy the WAR file. This we can say build and release process. Right. So every organization, every project team, they're following the same process. Currently, build and release process, or we can say CSCD process also. CSCD. Okay. Yeah. So every organization, every project team, they're following this process. Right. Okay. Any questions here, anyone? Any questions here, anyone? Up to here, any questions, anyone? Which one? Enterprise level, normally, at a time, millions of requests will be received by the servers. Millions of requests, right? So that is enterprise level. Flipkart, Amazon shopping site, these are all web applications, right? So millions of requests at a time that will be triggered to the server. That is enterprise level. So up to here clear, right, everyone? Is it clear to you, everyone? Yeah, fine. Now, so normally in live application, this process will be happened. Live application. What is live application? What is live application? For example, Flipkart. Flipkart. So let us go back to Flipkart here. See here. So this is the Flipkart website, right? So this application developed by someone, some development team, right? So in the Flipkart, normally, so this process in live, this will be happened. For example, so this is Git local. This is the Flipkart server. Okay. Developer develop the code, they modify the code, they push the code to GitHub, Jenkins take the code and convert into WAR file. That WAR file will be deployed onto Flipkart server. So in live, without any downtime, in live, that will be happen. So here, for example, so this is the product, right? So this product, click here, this product, see here. So this product, they are giving some offer here, 81% something offer, off, right? So tomorrow they're giving 90% off. So who will change that percentage? Developers. So they modify the code in their local Git, right? They test the code, they push the code to GitHub, Jenkins take the code, convert it into WAR file, deploy onto Flipkart server. Once it is deployed, this offers will be reflected. Changes will be reflected. So, for example, this product is out of stock. Out of stock. Who will modify that? Development team only, right? So they modify the code. So here you can see the out of stock. So backend development team always they work on local git. Once development is completed, yeah, they push the code to GitHub. Jenkins take the code, convert it into WAR file, and deploy onto target servers. Right? Yeah. Fine. So here, developer develop the code, and DevOps engineers deploy the code, testers test the code, right? So build and release engineers, they are, yeah, build and release engineer, DevOps engineer, both are same. Don't confuse here. But where the testing code review will be happen, where the code review will be happen, yeah, testing team, that is fine. But here to review the code, we use one more tool. To review the code, we use one more tool, which is a Sonar code review tool. Testers test the code, that is fine, but review tool required to review the code. Any duplicate lines are there, errors are there, issues are there. We require one tool to review that, right? For which we use the Sonar code review tool, right? So this is Sonar code review.
The programming requires in this development.
Yeah. So you're asking some question.
It's we will check the errors in the code. Then we should know any programming there.
No. So we don't need to worry about this Sonar code review tool. Testers always they create the metrics here. Metrics. What is metric? Rules, right? Any duplicate lines are there, errors are there. They create some metrics here, right? So if any more than two duplicate lines are there, more than two errors are there, so Sonar code review the code, will provide the report. Okay, yeah. So in live application, so even Sonar also we integrate with the Jenkins by installing plugin. So all the tools we can integrate with the Jenkins only by installing plugins, right? Fine. So here in live application, this process will be happen, right? So, but non-live applications also there. Non-live applications. What are those applications? Non-live. So Flipkart is a live application. In live, the product will be changed, pricing will be updated, offers will be updated. So out of stock will get sometimes, right? So these are all happened in the live only, right? But non-live applications, what are those? We have non-live also, which are we can call it. We can say here, yeah. Non-live application, I'll show you one application here. So which, for example, there is an application which is harshatrainings.com. This is non-live application. This is not live application. In live, we don't update anything here. So in non-live, right? So this is a, yeah, harshatrainings.com is a non-live application, right? In the live, we don't do anything here. Fine. So non-live applications, what we will do, whatever WAR files generated by Maven, those WAR files we can move to Nexus repo, Nexus repository, Nexus tool. That is the repository tool, right? We store all the WAR files on Nexus repository. So whenever, yeah, once, yeah, WAR files are moved to Nexus. So once development is completed, everything is completed. So while moving to release, by the time we can take these WAR files from Nexus and we deploy onto target servers. So in live application, what we will do, without storing onto Nexus, directly we can move to target servers. But non-live applications, we can store all the WAR files on Nexus repo. So whenever we have release, by the time we can move that WAR files to target servers, production servers, and we can deploy onto respective target servers.
Almost step
Yes. Right. Yes. Fine. Yeah. So this is a Nexus repo, but here you will have a question here. We already using one repository here, GitHub. Why we need to go with the Nexus repo, right? Yeah. So here there are some thumb rules. Git will not accept binary formats. Okay. Git will not accept binary formats, and also maximum 100 MB only will be supported. That I'll show you while working on Git. Okay, so that is why, so we are using one more repository, which is Nexus. Nexus is specially designed to store our artifacts, Maven artifacts, right? Yeah, so we can store on Nexus whenever we have a release. By the time this WAR files, we can move to the target servers and we can deploy onto respective target servers, right? So this is the CI/CD flow. So every organization, every project team, they are using CI/CD. So while attending interviews, you need to explain this CI/CD, right? So developer develop the code in their local Git. Once development is completed, they push the code to GitHub. Once the code is moved to GitHub, so we integrate GitHub with the Jenkins. So in Jenkins we prepare the jobs. So once we trigger the jobs, the code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins by Jenkins. So that code should be tested, that code should be reviewed by using Sonar. Yeah, after that, yeah, so we have Maven. So whatever code we received from GitHub to Jenkins, which is a raw code will not understand by application servers, right? That is why we integrate Maven. Maven is a build tool which will generate artifacts. Artifact is the archive file, binary file, zip files. Okay, so based on the application development, Maven generates WAR file, jar file, ER file. So once it is generated, it will give back to Jenkins. That will be pushed to application server. We deploy onto application server. In live application, that will be happening. In non-live application, whatever WAR files generated by Maven, those WAR files we can move to Nexus repo. We can store onto Nexus. Yeah, whenever we have released, by the time we can move the WAR file to target servers and we can deploy. This flow is very, very important. This flow will be repeated. So entire DevOps, we follow the same flow. Entire DevOps. So from here to here, entire DevOps, we follow the same flow, same process. Okay, yeah, fine. So this is the build and release process. Yeah, CI/CD process. Fine. So along with this, we use other tools also. What are those? Right. Yeah, first one, Ansible, which is very, very important, very core tool. What is Ansible anymore? Ansible is a configuration management tool, configuration management tool. Yeah. So by using Ansible, we can automate any activities, any deployments. So here we can integrate Ansible also with the Jenkins. So Jenkins trigger Ansible. Ansible will go and deploy onto target servers. We can integrate Ansible also here. So once you install plugin, Ansible plugin, that will be integrated. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. Next one's another tool, important tool, which is Docker. Docker. What is Docker, anyone? Docker is a container tool. What is container? Container is a box, just like box. We can move anywhere, we can use anywhere. So containers are advanced virtual servers. So currently, most of the project teams they are using containers, Docker containers. So why they are using Docker containers? So less costing, very faster, time saving, cost saving, right? Currently, we are using digital applications, right? Like if you want to book any groceries, we are using digital applications like Blinkit, Jepto, Danjo, right? Different websites, different yeah, online yeah, we are using, right, online shopping, online groceries we are booking, right? So backend they are using Docker containers. Backend they are using Docker containers. That is why, so within 5 minutes they're delivering, within 10 minutes they're delivering, right? So when we book, immediately that will be processed, right? So even recently I booked one mobile, so they deliver within 4 hours. OnePlus mobile I booked, latest mobile, recently I booked that mobile, so within 4 hours they delivered. So backend they're using Docker containers. So whenever we raise a request, so yeah, immediately that will be processed. Okay. Yeah. So next one, Kubernetes. Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a container orchestration. Container orchestration tool. So it is advanced to Docker. So Docker launched in 2013. Docker launched in 2013. So immediately after 1 year, Kubernetes launched 2014. Why they launched Kubernetes? So it is advanced to Docker. So in Kubernetes also few drawbacks are there. That is why, so immediately Kubernetes launched here. Docker developed by Docker developed by Docker INC. Docker INC. Kubernetes developed by who developed this Kubernetes? Anyone having any? Kubernetes developed by Google product. Kubernetes is the Google product. So Kubernetes is having competitor, which is OpenShift, right? Yeah. So next tool is
I mean, it's not free as well.
freeware. So freeware for practice freeware. Both two versions are there here. Community edition, enterprise edition. So community is free, enterprise is licensed. Okay. Yeah. Terraform. Terraform is a what is Terraform? Anyone? We discussed already in the first session, right? What is Terraform? Anyone? Terraform is a infrastructure automation tool, right? So what is infrastructure automation? Whatever infrastructure we are creating in AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. So by using Terraform, we can automate. So within a minute, we can create 1,000 servers by using Terraform with all configurations, all packages, all licenses, everything. Right? Terraform is very powerful tool to create the infrastructure like servers, storage, network, IP addresses, tags, load balancers, whatever you want to create. By using Terraform, we can create within 1 minute. N number of servers, right? Most of the organizations they're using Terraform currently to automate the infrastructure. So Terraform developed by HashiCorp, HashiCorp, right? Yeah.
Ignores,
Sorry.
ignores, like ignores, ignores. So ignore. I
Yeah. So these are the four important core tools, right? These are the four important core tools. Ansible Doc. Yeah, Ansible is Red Hat product. Red Hat product. Okay. Yeah. Along with these four tools, core tools, we are going to work on Grafana, Grafana, and also Prometheus. Prometheus. So Grafana and Prometheus, these are both are Kubernetes monitoring tools. Monitoring tools, right? So these both are monitoring tools. So these are very important core tools, right? So these are the 6 advanced tools we are going to work on. Okay. So this Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. So we don't use all the 4 tools in the same project. We don't use, right? So here Git, Jenkins, Maven, and Nexus, Tomcat, right? Sonar. So this flow is very important. This flow is very important. But these tools we don't use only. We don't use all the tools. One tool maximum. One tool only. So along with this flow, along with the Jenkins, either Kubernetes or Ansible or Docker or Terraform. Okay. Yeah. So if you learn all these tools, you can fit with any project, right? So this DevOps tools, it will take nearly 50 days to 2 months. If we cover weekends also, yeah. So entire multi-cloud with DevOps, if you cover weekends also, within 3 months you can complete. Within 3 months. AWS take 50, nearly 40 days, nearly 40 days. If you cover in weekdays, okay, yeah, Monday to Friday. So if you cover in weekends, entire course will take within 3 months. So yeah, 83 batch only weekdays I covered. It was taken 4 months, 1 week, only weekdays. So recent batch 86 batch, 86 batch. They're asking to complete within 3 months. So I'm covering weekends also. last Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours I covered. Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours. 4 hours completed. 4 sessions completed, right? So like that we can cover. So weekends also. Sometimes, not every weekend. So alternate weekends or something. So that within 3 months we can complete. Okay. Yeah. So even sometimes you can take extra 15 minutes, 20 minutes, like that also you can cover. Okay. Yeah. So every tool will go very deep dive. Yeah. Git will take 5 days, 5 hours. Jenkins take nearly 10 hours. Jenkins. Like that, every tool will go very deep dive. Not only installation configuration, right? So whatever activities we perform in real-time projects, real-time challenges, real-time core activities, same activities we perform in our sessions also. So I give you tasks also, weekly tasks, daily tasks, right? You need to perform that. So whatever tasks I give you, whatever sessions are happening, so everyone should practice daily basis. So if you practice, if you follow that, within 3 months, you can easily crack your interview. You can easily switch into DevOps and cloud project. So we are going to learn 3 clouds, right? 3 cloud platforms, right? AWS, Azure, and GCP. So why we require 3 clouds here?
Every company has two. They are asking for two.
Yes.
Two.
Currently, every organization they are asking, they are looking for at least 2 clouds, multi-cloud, right? Not only one cloud. So either AWS Azure or AWS GCP or Azure GCP. That is why in our codes, 3 clouds will be covered, right? So AWS we go very deep dive. Azure also we go whatever services required. GCP also same, right? Yeah. So if you learn 3 clouds, you can handle any cloud platform. So we have 26 more clouds are there in the market, but these are the 3 popular clouds. If you learn these 3 clouds and these DevOps tools, you can fit with any project. Along with this, what else we covered in our course?
DigitalOcean.
Yeah, Linux will be covered. Shell scripting also will be covered. Shell scripting also will be covered, and 15 live projects will be covered. 15 live projects will be covered. Right, 15 live projects will be covered. So every project, yeah, will go very deep dive. You get very good hands-on, right? So in a few last week, 86 batch CI/CD project completed. CI/CD project, CI/CD entire this flow integrated all the tools, entire flow. So whatever code developed by developers, that code should be deployed onto finally Tomcat. That project in live. So it was taken nearly 1 hour 15, 1 hour 45 minutes something, 1 hour 45 minutes. So live project. That is very good. Yeah. So core project, very important project. So this type of projects will be covered, 15 live projects. Okay. So everyone should practice daily basis. So everyone follow everyone attend the live sessions. Okay. So everyone once complete the session, you need to go through the recording, and the document also will be provided. You can go through the document and recording, and you can practice every day at least 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So that within that time frame, you can easily crack your interview within the 3 months, whatever the course duration we have, 3.5 months, right? So within that time, you can easily crack your interview. You can easily switch into DevOps project. So interview preparation, resume preparation also will be covered in our course, right? So and also I provide you interview questions, tips and tricks also will be covered, right? Yeah. So everyone should follow this process so that you can easily crack your interview. You can easily switch into project. Where do we practice these sessions? It will be on cloud or laptop, in cloud only, right? So we create a AWS account, free account. In that we integrate all the tools, right? We no need to install any package in your laptop, local laptop, no need to install. Okay, clear, right, everyone?
Only
Sorry.
cloud on.
Yes, in AWS cloud. So tomorrow and day after we are going to work on servers networks basics. Once complete that basics, So Thursday, we're going to start AWS. Thursday. Okay. So Thursday onwards, you require laptop for practice. Okay. Everyone prepare your laptop. So from Thursday onwards, we are going to start AWS. So everyone should start working on everyone. Yeah, daily basis everyone practice. So Thursday onwards practical oriented sessions. Okay, so tomorrow day after also, so basics, servers, networks, switches, routers, load balancers. So these terminals are very important for cloud engineer, DevOps engineer. Once you understand these basics, then we'll jump into AWS. Okay, even in AWS also we use the same terminology. That is why, so before going to AWS we need to understand the terminology, right? Any other questions, anyone? Yeah, Robert, what is your confusion? You joined a bit late. SDLC. This is the SDLC. You can ask me if you have any questions. Sorry.
Hi, Ram. Can I get the screenshot?
Your voice is not audible. Can you speak a bit louder?
Ram, can I get the
Go ahead.
screenshot?
No, your voice is not clear.
Hello.
Your voice is not audible.
Okay.
Mr. Robert, your voice is not clear.
Hey Ram, this is
You can
Shahrukh.
check your mic. You can check your mic. Yeah, go ahead. Someone asking some question.
Yeah, this
Shahrukh.
is Shahrukh. Yeah. Actually, the
Yes.
guy used to come daily in class, so I'm not feeling well from a couple of days back. I think I
Okay.
texted you, right? Yeah. Sorry, today also I couldn't join early. I was a bit late. Yeah, I
Okay.
got your
No
point.
problem.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So last class, unfortunately, I can't able to join. So is anything like discussed apart from the class or something else on the
Yeah.
last
In the
class?
last session, we discussed about cloud introduction, cloud advantages, okay,
Okay.
cost saving, why the project teams are looking for cloud infrastructure. These are all we
Okay.
discussed
Hello, Ram.
last
I'm just
session.
having a different
So it's
After
actually it's more
talking,
related to about the cloud, but not like a subject. Actually, it's actually
Yeah,
a
just
brief
introduction,
one. Yeah,
introduction
that's
only.
fine then. Thanks, Ram.
you know,
Thank you.
Shaikh Ibrahim, your voice is not clear.
uh, hi, Ram. Can I get the screenshot? You
No,
can
your
hear me?
voice is not clear. You can chat with me here.
Yeah,
Can I get this screenshot you required? Okay, screenshot, right? I'll share with you. Don't worry. You can ping me. So definitely I'll share with you.
Sir, Maven की sir, Maven and Jenkins को ना मुझे plugin ऐसे install करना है. I mean,
Yes, if you want to integrate Maven with Jenkins, plugin required. So every tool, when you want to integrate with Jenkins, so Jenkins is the mediator tool, right? So we need to install plugin to integrate any tool with the Jenkins.
like Nexus Pro सुना sir, Nexus Pro with Maven, Maven Nexus Pro only plugin is required between not.
Yes. So actually, this is directly integrated with the Jenkins only. Just I show you, I gave you like this, but it is directly integrated with the Jenkins. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? So tomorrow we are going to discuss about servers basics, which are very important. IP addresses, subnet mask, gateways, right? So firewalls, load balancers, right? Clusters. These are all very important. So tomorrow we are going to work on that. So don't miss the session tomorrow. So WhatsApp group already created. People added into WhatsApp group. Once you make the fee, you will be added into WhatsApp group. So if you have any questions, if you want to talk to me, if you have any confusions, you can reach out to me. My mobile number already shared with you, which is 96422111711. So you can take down my number. This is my mobile number. You can ping me, call me. So if you need any, if you have any questions, we'll discuss about that. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? Mr. Venkateshwarlu, not audible. Not audible. You are, yeah, check your mic. Check your mic. Fine. So we can wind up here. Yeah. So tomorrow maybe link will be changed. You can make the fee and we can add into WhatsApp group as soon as possible. Okay. Venkateshwarlu, job opportunities also. Yeah. CSCD. So many jobs are there. I already shown you in the demo session. You missed that. The second session I explained about the jobs. Okay. You are existing student, right? Why you are worrying, Venkateshwarlu? You are already joined the 86 batch, right? Why are you worrying? You already attended the right? You already attended the sessions, right? SDLC, software development lifecycle, is a process, not job opportunities. So CSCD. So this is one of the flow, right? So which is very important for DevOps engineers. So every project team, we need to follow the same flow, same process, right? Yeah. So wait for some time. Definitely integrations and all. So we'll cover in our sessions. Okay. Fine. So yeah, we can wind up here. So everyone, if you are interested, you can add into WhatsApp group as soon as possible. So link may be changed very soon. Meeting link, right? Fine. So we can wind up here.
So production, these are the application server, they are separate tools. I mean, Tomcat, JBoss, and
Yeah, application servers. So many servers are there. So JBoss servers, WebLogic, WebSphere, Tomcat. So like this, so many application servers are there. As per the project team requirement, we need to create and we need to deploy the WAR file, JAR file, ER files. Okay.
we also we have to learn, sir. We have to learn that one also, sir. Tomcat, sir.
No. That is application server. That is normal application server. No need to worry about that. So how to install configure application server? That SOPs will be there. Documentation will be there in the project. So I'll show you how to configure Tomcat. Okay. What is the page in SDLC? Which page you are looking for, Rashida? Which phase you are looking for? So this is the process, SDLC, software development lifecycle. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So if you have any more questions, you can ping me, you can call me so that we'll discuss. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.